Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name is Laura Chung, and I am the author of How to Manifest. We are on day 21 today, and I am here in New York in the United States. And I am also a Reiki master teacher, an astrologer, a podcast host, and just overall person that wants to help people heal and to help people live their dream lives, whatever that means to them. So thank you for being here. And today the energy is very, very potent. It is the Mercury conjunct Pluto today, and I feel very somber right now because one of my students just texted me that her father passed away this morning, and that is definitely a Mercury conjunct Pluto aspect in the sky. Pluto is the lord of the underworld, and Mercury is the god of communication, the messenger of the gods. In Greek mythology, this was Hermes, and Pluto was Hades. And if you know the Greek myth, Mercury was the only one permitted to go into the underworld and carried spirits to the underworld. And so that's why Mercury is related to the healthcare system and medicine, because Mercury holds the caduceus. So just a little fun fact for you. And these two signs are in the sign of Capricorn at 28 degrees. So Pluto is making its last little trip in Capricorn before it enters Aquarius in March. And it's a heavy little aspect because Pluto has been in our Capricorn house since 2008. So if you remember in 2008, if you were old enough at that time, when Pluto entered Capricorn, that's when the financial crisis happened. I was just graduating from grad school at that time, so I remember it very well. And it's been in that area of your life for 15 years. So it's been burning away, it's been reconstructing and restructuring a part of your life that you have had maybe calcified. So Mercury being there and getting that last message from the Lord of the Underworld before Pluto moves into Aquarius is very telling. And so you really want to lean into what Mercury wants to try to tell you at this time. Maybe a little aha moment, maybe, wow, this is like the reality of the situation. It's a very somber, a very real, raw, visceral feeling, because again, this deals with Pluto, the underworld, things you cannot see. So I really do, believe today's topic, the release ritual, is pretty on point with today's energy. And it just, again, my other friend's grandmother passed away last week. My friend's father passed away this morning, and Pluto deals with death. So something is shifting. Things are being, energy is shifting. And it's one of those cruel jokes from the universe where we're constantly reminded that you don't know how many days you have left on this earth, and you don't know, like, even the people around you, the people that you love. So we might as well face our fears and be bold and go after our dreams and make this world a better place for all of us, and hold on to each other, love each other, because that's all we really have. God, this energy. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card from the tarot deck, the Muse Tarot, right here. I feel like the Muse will help us today with this energy. Okay, so Spirit, what do you want us to know for today? What is the main energy? And then tomorrow on I should say the date. Today's February 10th, 2023. And tomorrow on the 11th, Mercury will enter Aquarius. So this energy is very temporary, but very potent, I have to say. Okay, so and we're still in Aquarius season until the 18th when the sun enters Pisces. So we have like a week left. Okay. The Nine of Voices, which is a Mars and Gemini card, and Mars is currently in Gemini right now, so it's answering to that Pluto. I mean, it's answering to that Mercury and Capricorn conjunct Pluto. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been a lot of drama. There's been a lot of fighting across like so many different institutions, platforms. There's like this huge fight going on Astro Twitter. If you're a part of Astro Twitter, the drama that ensued during the Joe Biden's State of the Union address, and even within my own life, there's been so much drama caused up from this Mars in Gemini. And like I said yesterday, it's going to move out of Gemini finally March 25th. It's been in Gemini since last August. So this has been another area of your life for 7 months that's been maybe you've, depending on what house Mars is transiting, it might have caused a disturbance in the force, you know? So one day when the dust settles, I will share on my social media what's been going on with me personally, but I cannot share at this current time. But I feel this energy very, very like viscerally. So nine of swords, Mars and Gemini is self-sabotaging thoughts. It's like taking all of those 9 swords and pointing them back to you. Thoughts and feelings of why did I do this? Why didn't I why am I so dumb? Like why didn't I choose better? Why didn't I coulda, woulda, shoulda kind of thing. And this is like a call to relax your mind. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a figure here and she's like taking a little nap. Anytime your mind goes into that kind of like thinking pattern, the best thing to do is actually to take a nap. I've learned that from my own personal experience. And if you can't take a nap, what I used to do when I worked at my office job was I would take like a 30-minute break and I would go for a walk in a park. I would listen to inspiring music. I would listen to an inspiring podcast. I would do something that would get my mind off of like me stabbing myself in my mind. And this could be happening right now with, again, like I said, that Mars and Gemini is answering to Mercury and Capricorn because Mercury rules a sign of Gemini. And so if you don't understand anything like the house rulership, not house rulership, the rulerships of the signs and the planets, don't worry about it. Just what I'm saying is be mindful of the way in which your thoughts are attacking yourself. And you might need time to just quiet your mind, go into a meditative state so that these thoughts don't like overwhelm you and your nervous system. Interestingly enough, though, at the bottom of the deck is the 9 of Cups. So definitely something is coming to a close, a chapter, a cycle. The 9 is the number in numerology of wisdom because the 9, the head of it is pregnant versus the 6, which is, the bottom of it is pregnant. And the 9 is a wish fulfillment. So the fact that it's at the bottom of the deck, it's like, don't worry so much. Don't worry. You have to surrender. And it's a waning phase of the moon. And the moon right now is in Libra. So yeah, like your mind is going to race and your mind is going to be like, I shoulda, woulda, coulda done this. Why is this person attacking me? And then you attacking yourself. And it's just not a good place to be in. Okay. So I wanted to show you my little cauldron that I got from my friend. It's a little cauldron that I have when I want to burn and do rituals inside my home. I am a double fire sign after all. And if you can't burn inside, then obviously do it outside, but make sure that it's safe to do that. I know in Southern California, you can't necessarily like burn things when you want to. But I have like this little Weber grill that I've converted to a larger cauldron that I do like monthly burn rituals at a fire moon. It's so cathartic, by the way. But this is the day of our release ritual. So throughout week 3, we've been writing stuff on a piece of paper and putting them on your altar. And today's the day when we get to burn it. So day 21, release ritual. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. When I let go of what I have, I receive what I need. Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching. Rituals are ways to mark the passage of time and to bring spiritual significance to important acts. Blowing out your candles on your birthday is a ritual to bring in blessings and good wishes for your solar return. Graduation signifies an ending to your studies, and at the same time, there is a commencement speech. Commencement means a new beginning. There are so many different types of rituals in life, even secular life, that solidify an ending and simultaneously call in a new beginning. Today, the 21st day of our journey, is an important day to close one chapter of your old self. Today is the day to let go of the parts of you that are no longer in alignment with the version of you that you're manifesting. This ritual will also help prepare for all the things you are calling into your life. First, I'll introduce you to principles that will allow you to promote the flow of energy. If you've watched Tidying Up with Marie Kondo on Netflix, or you understand the principles around feng shui, pronounced feng shui, you know that there is an energetic release when you clear your space. In Reiki, I always tell my students that the best way to have energy flowing to you is to clear the clutter from your physical space. This energy is called qi. We need to make room for the thing that we are bringing in before we call for it. As I'm writing this book right now, I am 2 months away from a milestone birthday. When this book is published, I will be 40 years old. During the last year of my 30s, it was all about releasing the past. The biggest thing I wanted to release this year was the need for validation. I wanted so badly to be seen by my family and friends, but I had to own that path is different from the people around me, my culture, my family, and my friends. I had to acknowledge that nobody is going to understand me and my motivations completely, and that's okay. I don't have one word to describe what I do for a living. I didn't take a linear path. Currently, I'm single and have no children. I've never been married or had a mortgage. I used to feel a certain way about this, and I think holding on to that need was blocking me from so many blessings that were meant for me. Writing this book has been so cathartic. Sharing my story feels so aligned, and when I step into things that make me feel like this, the universe says, "Hey, she likes this. Let's bring more of this to her." As I approach 40, I'm proud of myself for taking the road less traveled. I'm proud to have stood up for myself so I could break away from the norm because now I get to share my experiences with you. I encourage you to take this time to acknowledge the path you have taken and to celebrate it, even if it's not the narrative you might have written for yourself when you began. If you are not the norm, great. It's even more evidence that you have chosen to be who you are in spite of all the pressure to change, to repress, to deny. You are not your environment, your family, or your friends. You are you. And you have the power to cast off the limiting beliefs that could be keeping you from realizing your manifestations. Today is a sacred time to create a ritual around all the things you wrote down over the last few days. You now have physical representations of your limiting beliefs, fears, and shadows, and you know who you are forgiving. You have also made steps to honor and begin to understand your past. Just know that deep inside, all these experiences and lessons will always be a part of you, but this ritual is your vow to not live in them anymore. You are letting these things go, extracting the wisdom that you've learned and moving forward. Transmutation means changing or altering matter in form, appearance, or nature, and especially indicates a transformation to a higher form. And higher doesn't mean better. Today, imagine all the things you've written down being transmuted into energy. that will be rebirthed into a new you. I commend you for making it through this week. Your healing journey will continue after this 40-day journey is over and for the rest of your life. There is nothing more rewarding than healing your mind, body, and soul, and releasing your old story that bound you to the past and creating a different future for yourself is extremely cathartic. Take the time to feel joy and sit with the freedom that you now have. You have cut the cords of what it was tethering you to negative emotions and experiences, and now you can manifest from a different place, a more whole one. So, for the release ritual, you will gather the papers that you wrote your fears over this week over a fire or in a cauldron, burn them all away. Say a prayer of your choice. I recommend asking Mother Earth to help you transmute these negative energies. Imagine white light encompassing the things you've burned. You're free. And the Go Deeper exercise is to actually read Marie Kondo's book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, the Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing, which is based on the KonMari method. Or you can watch her Netflix series. I personally consulted a feng shui practitioner in 2009. For context, I was living with my parents and just newly single. She told me to clean my room, get rid of anything with old energies, buy a new queen-size bed big enough to accommodate a partner, and set an intention that I was open and ready for love. I did everything she told me to do, and within 5 months, I moved in with my new boyfriend. I'm not saying this was the only thing that helped me to manifest, because it wasn't, but it was a huge contribution to my success. Maybe my story will entice you to work with a feng shui expert. So yeah, that's it. You burn the things that you've written on your altar and you imagine that energy being transmuted. So just to look forward, tomorrow we'll start week 4, days 22 to 28, the energetic shift. And this is when we actually start shifting into the person that we're becoming, that we always were in the first place. And as always, I should have said this in the beginning, be very gentle with yourself, because again, we are transmuting a lot of stuff that might have built over the course of 14, 15 years with Pluto being in Capricorn. So being very gentle and compassionate with yourself. So with that being said, please like and share this video, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at I am Laura Chung. I will never DM you for readings, but if you want to have a one-on-one session with me with Reiki or astrology, the links are all down below. And thank you so much for being here. And this channel is just growing day by day, which was my intention on the new moon in Aquarius. And I'm just so grateful for all of you and for sharing your time and energy. So with that, have a beautiful day. Bye.